everybody, I'm gonna go through and show you some elements, and yeah, so this first one you should be very familiar with: aluminum, and it is shiny and silver and malleable, and this is a piece of steel wool that I can use to make it even more lustrous. This next element is zinc, ZN, and on first appearance you might look at it and go, wow, that's not silver, but all we have to do is buff it up a little bit to remove the oxidation. Well, it's going to take longer than I want, so, but you can see on the edge maybe how it is silver and shiny. And then this is little zinc drops that are used as shot. Now we use zinc for our weights in fishing because lead is toxic. This is iron, a pure strip of iron. Again, it oxidizes quite a bit. You would call that rust. But we can shine it up and show that nice silver metallic luster. It also is malleable, but it takes a little bit of effort. And zinc is malleable, but again, it's a little bit hard, especially when it's small. Next one in line is copper, and actually I should have done copper before zinc. I was trying to go in atomic number order like the periodic table. Of course, copper is not silver. It's copper colored, but it is malleable and can be hammered into pretty thin sheets. Again, we can remove the oxidation and show its luster if we're careful. Next one is lead, and lead is really malleable. It's crazy. And ancient Roman water lines were made with lead because it was so easy to shape into pipes. Of course, that probably was part of the downfall of the Roman Empire, is all the rich people that were in control had running water to their houses with lead pipes, and so it didn't help, that's for sure. Okay, so remember, lead has a weird symbol, PB for plumbum. In the same family as lead, and those of you that came to campus, you've gotten to touch this before. This is SN, okay, and that's tin. And tin is a shiny silver metal, and it's even very shiny, and it's even more malleable than lead, which is kind of interesting. I can just like shape it with the warmth of my fingers almost. Tin used to be used as foil, and some of you I know still call aluminum foil tin foil from the old days, but you could reuse tin foil a lot easier than you can reuse aluminum foil. All of those elements, of course, are metals. I'm going to switch gears to the other side of the periodic table and talk to you about nonmetals. Of course, the most important nonmetal of all is carbon. This is a chunk of charcoal. This is a electrode that's made of pure carbon. You, I'm sure, know that your pencil lead isn't lead. It's actually graphite, which is what we call an allotrope, and I'll go over that more with you. An allotrope of carbon. Diamond is also an allotrope of carbon. They're all pure carbon atoms, but they have very different characteristics because of how the carbon atoms are arranged and connected to each other. So this kind of has a little sparkle to it. I don't know if you catch that so well on the video, but graphite is used as a lubricant. And turns out, even though carbon's a non-metal and should be non-conductive, you can actually use it to conduct electricity just a little bit. And I'll show you that also in a few minutes. Also in carbon's family is silicon. And remember, silicon's on that ladder. It's a beautiful element when it's in pure forms. And most people will look at that and go, oh my gosh, that's metallic luster. Look how shiny it is. It's that silver gray color, except you can see the conchoidal fractures on here. This is it's a metalloid, and if I hit this with a hammer, it would fracture. Now what they do, once they've purified it, I showed you a picture previously, they put it into those pigs, into those round, looks like the hamburger packaging now, into like the sausages, and then they slice super thin slices of pure silicon, and then they stamp out electrodes, your computer chips, excuse me, onto little squares of this. And so this is silicon. Couple families over is sulfur. Sulfur is a colorful element. It's yellow, and it has a very distinct odor and that rotten egg gas smell. And if you hit this with any kind of a whoop, I don't know if you saw that. Ooh, I'm gonna make a mess of my floor. If you hit it with without hardly any force at all, you can, I don't know if you can see in there, yeah, there we go. You can shatter it, basically. So it's very brittle, and that's totally typical of a non-metal. And then this one, it's kind of surprising. Look at how this is packing tape that over the years, and then this is masking tape over the years, just sitting in the bag. It actually turns the bag yellow, and that's because this element sublimes. It goes straight from the solid to a gas. If you've ever had surgical scrub for a surgery, you know that that betadine scrub is kind of a yellow, makes your skin turn a yellow color. I don't know if this is, I may have to warm this up later. But one of the very cool things about iodine is when it sublimes and turns into a gas, I'm trying to warm it up. When it sublimes and turns into a gas, it's a purple gas, which is really crazy. It actually has a little bit of sparkle to it. It is a gray color, but iodine is very definitely a non-metal, and it's in the halogen family. And I'll come back to this. I'm gonna put it in my pocket and warm it up some more. All right, metals and non-metals.